Well, I didn't really know what to do with this request, so I know you're Snooker Loopy nuts, so here we go. I might as well, rather than just talking, I might as well try and sing it. So, Snooker Loopy nuts are we, me and him and them and me. We'll show you what we can do with a load of balls and a snooker cue. Pot the red, then screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. Snooker Loopy nuts are we. We're all snooker, loopy, bum 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 bum.
Hello and welcome to the Snooker Loopy podcast. I've decided this episode is going to be hosted by Joe as your MC. Take it away, Joe.
Let's get the boys on the bass, shall we? First of all, we have the wonderful, the amazing trumpanaut, Tom Mayhew.
Boo!
I couldn't think of any nicknames beginning with T or M for. Oh, I suppose you could be the milkman Tom Mayhew, couldn't you? But yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be back, and you know, I think this is our third one this week, isn't it? It's pretty crazy. So, how are you, Tom?
I'm all right, mate. I'm good. I'm kind of. In terms of the snooker, I mean, it's the one negative of doing a podcast like this, in that it feels like just 2 days ago we were saying, oh yeah, the final's definitely going to be Higgins against O'Sullivan.
Yeah, I think we now perhaps shouldn't do predictions, although we did predict quite a few of the first round matches, so we're clearly not that much of a jinx. But so yeah, you know, obviously we've got semi-finals to look forward to. I think there'll be two quite close semi-finals, but now I've said that, they'll probably both be over with a session to spare.
I'm not going to make any more predictions this championship. It just sets us up to look silly, Joe.
It does. So, you know, if I want to make a prediction, I'm going to say it's going to be Mark Selby versus Luca Brissell, and Mark Selby's going to win 18-0. There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, to be fair, looking at how Brissell has played, even in matches when he's won, and how many opportunities he's given away, I don't think it'll be 18-0, but I do think if it's Selby Brissell, there's going to be at least one session that they don't play in, if not two.
Yes, yeah. Luckily, Tom, he can't win it in 2 sessions because there's only 17 frames played on day one.
I just think he'll find a way, Joe. I just think he'll find a way.
He'll bore Luca to death, and that'll be that. But no, just for anyone out there, that wasn't a serious prediction from me.
It was a serious prediction. Joe has placed that at Betfred.
It was very much tongue-in-cheek of hoping that actually the opposite happens, and we have a C and Allen final. That's what I'm hoping for. And you know what? I think he's come this far. I actually want to see C go and win it. I don't know, not since perhaps, you know, Ding have we seen somebody from China come into the sport and already look like they belong at the top of the game. Obviously, it's taken him a little while to get to this point, and it would be a crazy result to win your first ranked event at the Crucible at the age of 20. That would be bizarre. I mean, when Hendry won it, he'd already won a few ranked events before that, I believe. So, you know, most players, their first ranked event isn't the world title unless you're Sean Murphy, which, again, we've talked about the connections between those two. It's... yeah, it's an odd one. You know, I have to say, Luca Brissell has surprised me this tournament. I predicted last year, funnily enough, that he would reach the semi-finals, you know, 1 year out. But I don't know, lots of people are saying it'll be great for the sport, and I think some of the comments from Luca Brissell saying, "Oh, I don't practice, you know, I like darts more, this, that, and the other." I'm not sure that's the message you want from your world champion.
Yeah.
You know, Ronnie's Ronnie. Ronnie gets away with that. He gets a free pass with those sort of comments because he's Ronnie.
It does make it hard for me to warm to Luca when he's like that. Because I think when someone, you know, beats someone like Ronnie at the Crucible, I want to, frankly, see their post-match interview and to feel like they give a damn. Whereas I thought Brissell was he's a bit too cool. He's a bit too like, yeah, I knew if I played really well I could beat Ronnie, and it's about he doesn't seem to care. There's no sort of emotional reaction. There's no like, yes, I did it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I thought I could, and that's kind of like a shrug of the shoulders, like very nonchalant.
Yeah, I don't get what it is, because Mark Williams doesn't care and Ronnie doesn't care really, you know. So I don't know what it is. I suppose it's that. You know, I think Ronnie and Mark Williams are quite self. What's the word? Is it defecating?
Self-defecating?
It's not. No, it's not self-defecate.
Mark Williams is self-defecating after a kebab.
Yes, a slip of the tongue there, Tom. But
Oh, that's a bit smelly if he's to try and bend that around the black.
the Tour Championship, I'm all booked up to go actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes, I am. Yeah, I've bought an all-day ticket for the final.
What?
I thought go and support the event. And to be honest, I didn't go into the ticket site planning to buy final tickets, but when you see all-day tickets for the final for the price that you paid for the Crucible, it seemed a no-brainer, really. So,
are you going to buy more merch there for us to talk about?
Well, I've heard that the merchandise stall is the same everywhere. So,
really?
So I am hoping that I will get another opportunity to see Chris Henry's balls there. if I'm quite honest with you, Tom.
It's good to have aspirations, Joe.
Yes, but no, I absolutely I will be buying some more merch. I'm not sure these tickets came with complimentary earpiece, so I'll be taking me old earpiece and hoping that works.
It'll be the
Phil Yates
ITV
and
the ITV team, who aren't bad. I don't.
No, I think that they're generally better. I think I think the thing with Eurosport is the sound quality that gets me. It sounds like they're in somebody's fridge when they're recording it.
Just Jimmy White sitting on a big lump of butter.
Which is why it's like, I can't deal with these conditions. Minus the word. I tell you what, Tom, speaking of naughty words,
Hello, where's this going?
Well, my Snooker 19 video today was very nearly the first video with a Captain Goodspeed swear in it.
Really?
Like, genuinely, I swore, and then I was like, oh, I better cut that out. So I had to make a note, which I never do editing, as you probably well know. So I had to make a note saying 40 minutes and 52 seconds, remove the word. Yes, so...
what was the word? I'll cut it out of this as well, but what was the word?
Well, basically, Mark Selby had fluked a snooker behind the brown, and then Dave Hendon goes, oh, that's exactly what he played. I went, piss off, Dave. You can keep it in this one if you want. I don't mind so much, but...
Maybe I'll bleep it.
Well, people will think it was a stronger one than it was. But yeah, I went, will the mic have picked that up? Yeah, it will have. And when I listened to it back, it was quite funny. But I actually toyed. I was like, do I keep it in? But I'm, you know me, Tom. I'm family friendly over on Captain Goodspeed. So.
Well, that would be for the special
Snooker Extra, Captain Goodspeed Extra.
Captain Goodspeed Extra, yeah.
So, yes, looking forward to the Tour Championship. We'll get some more merch going, and let me know in the comments if anybody is coming up, and I'll know to avoid you like I did in Sheffield, basically. I just want to give a quick shout out to a good friend of ours, a good friend of the podcast, Tom, and it's another person named Tom Lewis. And on one of my so I uploaded the 2 videos that I recorded from the Crucible today at the Q Zone, And Tom Lewis says, should be pro, even though I potted 3 balls. So thank you for your support, Tom. Is all I want. I know he'll be listening, and perhaps you should sponsor me, Tom.
Yeah, Tom Lewis, if you want to sponsor Joe, just DM either me or Joe, and we'll give you the details for sponsoring both Joe and the podcast.
Yes, because we can call it Snooker Loopy, sponsored by Tom Lewis, can't we?
And Joe could turn up for Q School with your face on his waistcoat.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, we are. Well, you know where we are, Tom. You know where we are. I think he follows both of us on Twitter, so yeah.
Speaking of people in snooker, maybe kind of over exaggerating.
Hey, enough of that, Tom. Enough of that.
Okay, speaking of experts in snooker giving their opinion. A lovely moment in the match with first session with C versus Luca, where at one point Luca he potted a red, he potted a yellow, then he missed the next red, so he only got a break of 3. And Stephen Hendry went, if you want to win this match, you've got to be scoring heavier than that.
Wow, there you go.
Like, it's very hard to score lighter than that. It's very hard to score less than 3 points in a break.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. No, they do make me laugh sometimes.
I mean, if anyone does want to sponsor Joe, I mean, I think we could make this happen. It's only £600 this year.
Well, yeah, I thought in the past it was more than £1,000, so it's attainable. Mind you, with my current form, I'm not entirely sure I'll...
Joe, you potted 3 balls, mate.
I potted 3 in a minute. Which, to be fair, Mark Selby can say he's never done that. So, and our good friend Peter Ebden doesn't even pot 1 ball in 5 minutes. So, sorry, he made a break of 12 in 5 minutes, didn't he? Did him a disservice there.
What would you do if you entered Q School and turned pro? Would you drop out of your teaching work?
If I won Q School, I think I'd have to. I wouldn't get the time off work to go to go and play. I'd be the new Stephen Hendry. I'd be like, I've got work commitments. I'm sorry, I can't enter the World Championship. Yeah. And yeah, I would be the new Stephen Hendry or Steve Mifsud.
Yeah, that's even worse, mate. I need to move to Australia first.
Well, g'day, mate.
That's a really good. Can you do any impressions of snooker players?
Oh, you know what, Tom? It's actually a little bit of a hidden talent of mine that I can do impressions, but I get stage fright. I mean, you've heard me Dennis one. My Dennis one's terrible.
What if you get stage fright? So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to close my eyes for the listener, and this will be a good game. Tell you what, I'll close my eyes, right? And you do an impression of a player, and I have to try and guess who it is.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear. Okay, here we go. Well, Tom, we've got a wonderful match here at the Kazoo World Championship 2023, and I've got a really good singing voice, which we might hear later in this episode.
I mean, that's Dominic Dale.
I'm not actually Welsh, you know.
That's the real life Dominic Dale, isn't it? Joe, I told you to do an impression, not to play a clip. Jesus.
Sorry. No, I don't actually know how good my Dominic Dale impression is.
I knew it was him straight away. I'm let's do more. How many have you got? I'm going to close my eyes again.
I don't have any others.
I've closed. No, because you've got Dennis. You must have more. So I've closed my eyes.
I can't have Dennis. No, I can't. I don't have any more, Tom. I don't. I'm trying to think of what what I could do, but well, I mean, I've got Elliot Slesser, so I suppose.
He does always say his name as well, doesn't he?
He does. He goes, yeah, I'm Elliot Slesser me. Well, he doesn't say that. He probably says it a lot more colloquial than that. He's like, yeah, man, I'm Elliot Slesser. And if you come near me, I'm going to bat you with a skew.
Next one. Come on.
I literally have no more. Oh, Graham, don't.
So you've got Graham Dott, you've got Elliot Slesser, Dominic Dale, and Dennis Taylor.
Yeah. I'll work on some more, Tom. I'll work on some more.
Can you do a Virgo?
Where's the cue ball going?
That was that.
Hang on.
That was quite good for a word or two.
It's because I started laughing. Because I was shouting down the mic. I've just deafened half of our audience, which is pretty bad for a podcast.
I want to see what other impressions you can do from Snooker.
The other thing I can do, Tom, right? The other thing, it's a bit like Alan Taylor, actually. I can also impersonate players' cue actions and stuff when I play snooker.
I mean, that's not great for a podcast.
This is well, yes, but this is literally what I used to do when I had a small table in my bedroom. I would do the draw in a Quality Street tin for the World Championship, and I would play it out, but impersonating all of the players is what I'd do.
Why have you wasted your YouTube career playing video games when clearly everyone would watch that?
They wouldn't.
Everyone would watch the Joe Hannard.
It's a niche sport.
The Joe Hannard Snooker World Championship with you picking the names, you playing as all the players, then you do all the interviews where you interview yourself. No, forget Q School, mate. I think we should put the money into the Captain Goodspeed Snooker World Championship.
Yes, where the high break will be 14. Never mind a 147. I'll be lucky to get the 1-4.
Can you do Rhiannon Evans?
I probably could if I tried, but I'm not going to disrespect Rhiannon with that. How dare you suggest such a thing, Thomas?
Well, do comment below any impression you want Joe to try and do next episode.
No, you can cue the impression. You can rate it.
New feature.
Cue the impression. Yeah. You can rate it out of 10. But that if it's a cue the impression, Tom, then you have to get involved as well.
No, I think this can be a Joe Hannard feature.
No. If it's going to be a feature, Tom, you have to do it as well. Go on, give us your best. Sean Murphy.
Oh, he shouldn't be on the table. Bloody amateur, he shouldn't be on the table.
Yeah, that's an Only Fools and Horses version of Sean Murphy. Oi!
See shall we? You plonker, mate.
Yeah, this has descended into madness, this podcast. It really has. I mean, when we agreed to this, I did not expect this to be part of our semi-final preview, to be quite honest with you, Tom.
Well, I'm glad it is, Joe. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I can't wait for Alok to give us his impression of my impressions.
What, in the comments?
Yeah, no, I don't want to see a video of him impersonating me, impersonating other snooker players.
I do want to see that video. The challenge has been set for all our listeners.
Yes. Not hashtag where's Joe, hashtag here's Joe.
Stephen Hendry?
That's careless. That's amateurish.
Oh, they're so good. They're brilliant. Oh, we need to get you on the BBC, mate.
Yes, that's the solution. If they want to get rid of John Virgo and Dennis and all of them, then they can just get me and I can do all of them. I can be all of the commentators at once.
And all the players, apparently.
Well, JV... Well, for me, Tom, and we've always got to have Graham Dott.
That's the best one.
You wait, Tom. Those comments, if they all say I'm rubbish at impressions, I'm holding you personally responsible for this.
They won't, mate. I'll delete them if they do.
Never seen anything like it in my life.
What happened there?
Never seen anything like that, ever.
Speaking of people expressing their talents, Joe, should we cue the music?
Let's.
You mentioned it earlier in the episode. This episode's cue to music is, well, we're going to space, aren't we?
Yes, we're gonna listen to the space sausage himself, Dominic Dale. And I do have a fun fact for you, actually, Tom. We were talking off camera, and Tom apparently didn't know this. He calls himself a snooker fan, but that Dominic Dale isn't actually Welsh. He was born in Coventry. And even more baffling, Tom, this is what I was saving for you. He's not called Dominic.
What?
His name is Christopher Dale.
What? No, he's Dominic Dale.
It's Christopher Dale.
Has he been living a lie his whole life?
You know what? Somehow it doesn't surprise me.
Speaking of the space sausage, Joe, have you been editing any Wikipedia pages?
Well, it's funny you should say that. I am actually editing Dominic Dale's as we speak. So if you just refresh Dominic Dale's Wikipedia page.
Oh, God, what have you done? The space sausage.
Well, it couldn't be anything else, could it, really? If we're being completely honest about this.
Well, are you still on Wikipedia, Joe?
Yes. Would you like me to change something else?
No, I'd like you to go visit David Lilly's Wikipedia page.
Oh, right. Does he have one?
He does. Of course he does, mate.
Sorry, David, if you're listening. Right. Oh. Wow. I mean, how could you have edited it to say the pride of the time?
No. This wasn't me. I promise you.
Hang on.
I didn't edit this. Someone else has edited it.
No. I do not believe that.
Genuinely,
for 1 minute.
Someone else. Because I thought it was you.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Well,
when was this last edited? 23rd of April 2023, so... I'm actually intrigued at how many snooker players have had their nicknames changed. This is the, sausage invasion. We're going to be blamed for this, and we weren't even the original people to do this.
No, but clearly one of our listeners has decided that David Lilly is now the Tyneside sausage.
Right, Stephen Hallworth, I'm just checking, is still the Lincolnshire sausage. When was he last edited? 3rd of April 2023, so surely that happened then. Right, what about Kurt Mafflin? Is he a sausage? No, he's not. He's not.
What?
Dennis? No.
Is he a sausage?
Why hasn't Dennis got a nickname?
Does he not?
Not according to his Wikipedia.
Well, Joe,
Not
you know
anyway.
what to do, Joe.
No, we can't disfit. We can't do that to Dennis, can we? Our founder.
But if you are our listener who renamed David Lilly the Tyneside sausage,
no,
thank you so much.
We would love to know. Yes, and it shows, Tom. You know, we have fans out there, and these sections where we talk about nonsense, actually, people like them. Apparently, listen to them. They don't just skip forward.
It changes the world, Joe. But if anyone else either sees a sausage in the snooker wild, do let us know.
And please, we mean that in the nickname terms. We do not mean it in any other terms. We do not want any pictures of Sean Murphy eating a sausage on his full English. Thank you very much.
Oh, one more nickname I stumbled across. I was looking at a list of snooker nicknames on Wikipedia, and under Willie Fawn, it described him as the Homer Simpson of snooker.
Well, that's a rather bizarre one. I mean, he looks more like Ned Flanders, really, doesn't he? So
He's like a love child of Homer and Ned.
yeah, but I bet Homer Simpson hasn't had 1,000 maximums in practice, has he?
Not that we know of, no.
Anyway, Tom, cue the music.
Yes, of course. We've got sidetracked. How unlike us.
Oh, dearie.
Sidetracked by sausages once again, Joe.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
You're the one who said, "Oh, I'm going to change Dominic Dale to the space sausage."
Well, I didn't say I would do it. I just did it.
I'd like that on record that I haven't changed any of the names to sausage. It's all been Joe on the podcast.
Well, I mean, I'll see you in court, Tom, because I believe you're the David Lilly person.
It genuinely wasn't me. I opened it and
It's
laughed.
the sort of thing you would do. But why were you even on David Lilly's Wikipedia?
I just wondered what he was up to.
These are very suspicious.
I didn't know if it would mention his the fact he owns your local club in Newcastle.
Yes, in South Shields. I mean, I'm going to put that line in there, I think. He is well known for owning the South Shield, or managing the... He is best known... Right, here we go.
I really hope one day you bump into him in the club and he goes, "You're the sausage bloke, aren't you?
Well, for that, he'd have to listen to this, wouldn't
You
he?
called me a sausage," and he gets really angry at you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm struggling to find... Hang on, where is... is a supporter of Newcastle United. Right. Here we go, then. He also manages the world-famous South Shields Snooker Centre in South Shields. Right, world-famous needs to be hyphenated, apparently. He once played on table 1.
This is going to get taken down straight away.
He once played on table 1 alongside a well-known snooker podcaster and YouTuber. And I'm not going to leave it at that. Who was playing on table? No, who was playing on table 2? Right. Through his successes in this field, he became affectionately known as the Tyneside Sausage. There you go. Right, Tom. There you go, Tom. It's in there for you now.
Well, please get a screenshot. I don't know when this podcast became Tom and Joe vandalise snooker players' Wikipedia page. Not even me, actually. Joe.
No,
I've not done a single one so far.
Hang on, Tom. We are not vandalising. We are merely improving it. Right. Tom's actually worried that we're going to get sued here.
All I've ever done, and this was before the podcast, is I went to Coldish Joe Howe's Wikipedia page and said he was famous for having a massive queue. That's all I wrote. And that stayed there for about 6 months, and I was very happy with it.
Lily is from Washington, Tyne and Weir, and is a supporter of Newcastle United FC. He also manages the world-famous South Shields Snooker Centre in South Shields. He once played on Table 1 alongside a well-known snooker podcaster and YouTuber who was playing on Table 2. Through his successes in this field, he became affectionately known as the Tyneside Sausage.
You've put it at the top of his page as well. As if that's the most important info.
Well, there you go. You know, what can you say, Tom? What can you say? Can you get your breath?
I think they might lock David Lilly's Wikipedia page very soon.
To be honest, right, I don't think anybody is going to be checking it, which is how the Tyneside Sausage got through. Hang on a second. I think I can see who did it. Somebody called Snooker Sensation did it.
Who's that?
Who's Snooker Sensation? On the edit history.
This is Joe and Tom investigate snooker crimes.
Snooker Sensation. Contributions. Let's see what... Jamie Jones's snooker page has been changed.
Apparently I could send a thing to thank him for his edit, or her edit, so I'm going to thank them for that edit.
It looks like Jamie Jones got a lot of edits. And David Lilly just got one.
What is Jamie Jones now known as?
Well, the Welsh Warrior, which doesn't have sausage in it, so... I'm a bit confused, if I'm honest with you.
Has Rob Walker got a Wikipedia page?
I hope he does. It would be pretty sad if he didn't. And there you go, Rob Walker, sports announcer. Occupations: sports commentator, television presenter, and freelance reporter.
Can you quickly edit it and write a sex symbol as well?
I am not writing that. You can write it by all means, dear.
So, Joe, what did you think of that cue in the music? Oh no, we've not done it yet.
Oh dear. This is going to be the longest podcast ever.
I thought it'd be a nice short one. We don't have too many matches to talk about.
Right, come on. We're going to zip through it. We're going to get this done in 10 minutes. I'm calling it now.
Like a shootout frame.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got... Right. Set timer for 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes.
And one of us has to say something every 15 seconds, and the next person says something. And if you don't take your shot, it's podcast in hand.
Then we get ball hand... Oh, I was going to say ball in hand.
Well, what would ball in hand be in the podcast?
Well, I don't know. We just seem to talk a lot about balls in this podcast for some reason. Anyway, 15 seconds over. Cue the music.
So we're going to be listening to Dominic Dale, and he's singing after he won a match at the shootout this season.
As I step down from the train, and there to meet me is my mama and papa.
Time for the break.
Down the road.
Off we go.
I've been cut
Beautiful,
off.
absolutely beautiful. Dominic Dale, he's through.
Been
We'll
given
see
the shepherd's
spaceman
crook
later this evening, and of course.
I've been given the shepherd's crook. Wow. Thanks, Dominic, for that.
It's the fact there's other music playing in the background as he's trying to earnestly sing Green Grass of Home by Tom Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I played that on half volume and it still nearly deafened me, so... I just love how she's like, right, we need to go to the break, and he just instantly stops. That's hilarious.
He's a pro, mate. He's a pro. What can we
He's a
say?
pro. What a pro. What a pro. Right, let's get on to the ratings, Tom. What would you give that?
This is the hardest one to rate so far, because for my enjoyment, it's an absolute 10.
Well, we've got to ask Tom: is this a singing competition or is it an entertainment contest?
It feels like we're doing the X Factor all over again.
The Snooker Extra Factor.
Very nice indeed.
Yeah, getting all of the mentions in there today, Tom.
I think I would give that song by Dominic Dale an 8.
Wow. I'm not even certain it's the strongest Dominic Dale song that I've heard.
What a sentence that is as well.
Yeah.
Well, if you look through his back catalogue, I think you'll find.
I do think he gave it his all. He was a pro, and he did it on live television. Not many people can do that.
Mm-hmm. Just after he won a match as well.
I'm going to give him... But then Stephen Hendry did it live.
What, he sang a song after winning a match?
Well, you don't know if he won a match earlier that day.
He didn't win a single match last season, Joe.
Yeah, not a professional match. He might have been playing the local dustman,
What, his old man?
Yeah. I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give Dom a 6. I'm sorry,
I've been cut
Beautiful,
off.
absolutely
I think
beautiful.
he's
Dominic
better
Dale
than the
beats
Romford
through,
Rat.
gives us space for the late.
And the Wanderer. Anyway, Tom, cue the music over. What's our other hotly anticipated segment called?
Cue the laughter, the segment where we find a random piece of snooker memorabilia that's a bit weird, a bit different, and we have a chat about it. And
I mean, just to stop you there, Tom, before you reveal it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think we maybe should have called the whole podcast "Cue the Laughter" because I feel like most of this podcast has just been us giggling like little schoolgirls about sausages or balls, or Rob Walker. And I'm trying to string this out until 5 minutes so I can go 10-second shot clock now in operation. And you go, ooh!
Yellow!
Right. Come on then, cue the laughter.
I don't think this is a piece of memorabilia, but it is listed on eBay. The title is just Snooker Memorabilia, which I think is supposed to be memorabilia. That's all the title is. And it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen on eBay.
Oh, God. And we've seen some weird things.
Just basically I found it by typing in snooker, looking at the most expensive items, and I don't even know why this is on eBay.
What? Snooker? Why is this £2,900? You must carry this pass with you at all times. Right, hang on. Description. This is a unique piece of memorabilia of Ronnie O'Sullivan when he visited his dad in prison. And we all know why that was. So that explains why it looks like a mugshot.
Yep.
For those who don't, it was because of what his dad done. So it has links to the craze. So this is a unique piece. Serious bidders on this one only, please. Oh dear, that line is dangerous with this podcast. Great piece for those who love Ronnie. I'd like to keep it, but forces have bent my hand to sell. Happy bidding, Ronnie lovers. Bank transfer only. This is for serious bidders only, as this is a one-of-a-kind.
So what this is, it is a little slip that says visitor on it. It's got a picture of Ronnie O'Sullivan that looks like a mugshot, and it's apparently from when he visited his dad in prison. And written on it is, all the best, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Why does this exist? Why? Who was kept hold of this? Why didn't he just get a bit of paper to... Who would want...
It's bizarre, isn't it? And it's, I don't know if we said, it's £2,900.
Yes. I somehow think this is part of the Rob Walker, Steve Davis money laundering scheme. And it is only collection in person, Tom. He will not post it to us.
I do not trust collecting that.
Well, I mean, do we have to go to the prison to get that?
Are you going to be buying the prison slip, Joe?
I mean, that would pay for 5 visits to Q School for me. 5 chances I could go with a different name every day. But I have just found, Tom, something... Look at this.
I mean, this thing you've sent me, Joe. Ronnie O'Sullivan, hand-painted snooker figure, and he looks more like Mr. Bean.
He does, actually.
Mr. Bean with a beard.
Yeah, the hair's not bad, though.
No, the hair and the body, absolutely smashing.
I mean, and the snooker cue.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he pointing at? If you look at his left hand, it's pointing at the cue, I think.
That is... I mean, it's not. This is not official merch, is it?
No. I want to see the description. Ronnie O'Sullivan hand-painted snooker figure, widely recognised as the most talented and accomplished snooker player in the sport's history. He's won the World Championship 7 times. He has a record of 7 Masters and a record of 7 UK Championship titles for a total of 21 Triple Crown titles, the most achieved by any player. He holds the record for the most ranking titles and career centuries and has been world number 1 on multiple occasions. Other variations of this model are due to be made or can be requested with sponsor decals or a change in suit colour. I think the podcast's over, Tom. The timer's gone.
You have to read the next sentence.
This model has Ronnie with greying hair and stubble.
Wow, Joe, the clock is ticking. That might be the end of the episode.
It may well be. I'm just having a quick look to see if he's got any other, or if they have got any other snooker figures. It doesn't seem to be the case, but they do have an English FA Cup 3D printed replica. So perhaps that we could request a World Championship trophy.
I will leave you to do that, Joe.
Well, I was hoping you would do it, Tom, because you always do the weird stuff.
Hey, you're the one who renamed Rodney Goggins.
We're going to have a little chat with you, Rodney. You must have enjoyed it so far.
Unreal, absolutely unreal, and thanks very much for all your support. Absolutely dreams.
Right, well, I hope you play well. One of the nicest people in the game, ladies and gentlemen.
So, yeah, let us know some requests in the comments as well of players you would like us to rename, or re-nickname, I should say. You know, we would never, ever rename them, just re-nickname. Enhance the... I've just thought Sean Murphy could be the magic sausage.
God's sake.
Oh, Mark Allen could be the pistol sausage.
The rocket sausage.
But yes, hopefully you've enjoyed the podcast. You know, we've had a bit of a laugh today, really. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. That's all the spirit of our podcast, isn't it? We've already got our weird tropes. And the worrying thing is, Tom, we're getting more of them every episode. So, like, you know, we're going to have cue the sausage, we're going to have cue the laughter, cue the impressions, cue the music.
I do hope so, yeah.
Cue the balls.
Yep. Whose balls has Joe bought this week?
Well, yes, yeah. I'm glad you didn't go somewhere else with that comment. Involving touching. That would have...
Touching ball.
Touching ball.
4 away.
Yes. That's what we could have been, the Touching Ball podcast.
No, because then people will think it was something very different, Joe.
Well, clickbait.
Oh God!
People come for the name, stay for the sausage.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Joe. So the next time you'll hear me and Joe, it'll be actually after the final because there's such a small gap between the semis and the final, and frankly, I don't think many people will want to listen to a podcast over the weekend when there's so much great snooker to watch. So you'll hear us after the final at some point. Who do you think will be in the final, and who do you think will win it?
I'm going to go C versus Selby in the final, and I'm going to go C to win 18-16.
Okay, I'm going to go for Mark Allen against C in the final, and Mark Allen to win 18-17.
Wow. Oof. I mean, if that would be our first decider since 2002 in the final.
Well, C's already broken a lot of records, so. But I hope everyone enjoys the snooker over the weekend, and we'll see you after the finals all done and dusted for a little bit of a recap, and we'll see which of those Wikipedia pages can still be edited.
That's what everybody wants to know. Let's be honest. But yes, please do edit some more as well. We want to find Graham Dott's new nickname.
Well, my tip is to edit players who are very obscure, because I don't think anyone's going to be checking Rodney Goggins until we mentioned him on the podcast. So
yes,
if you can find someone really obscure, I want to see if we can get a nickname to stay there for like a whole year. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, if we're here this time next year,
yeah,
and they're still on there, that would be incredible.
Who knows, Joe? Maybe this time next year there'll be a prison visiting pass for people visiting me and you in prison.
What? Because we've been sued for calling everybody a sausage.
But thank you very much, everyone. We'll catch you very soon.